Hold on tight for the next hour. You're entering into a place, a zone called the alternative to the alternative media. It's a place, a special place where even truth seekers fear to tread.
All right, people, let's move like we've got a purpose.
Affirmative.
Okay, welcome back to the Investigative Journal. Hey, it's February 20th, 2018, a Tuesday. And today I want to dedicate the show to really helping people in two or three ways. One, in providing some information on hemp oil products. And then two, providing some information on businesses that want to get funded, small and medium type businesses, when they can't find any banks to help them out. Now, for, a long time, I've been working and doing radio shows on the alternative media. I started out in the mainstream media and naturally gravitated here because you just can't get the truth out about anything. And over the years, going back, 15 years, I've been running stories periodically on alternative medicine and anything from GMAC, if you remember, it's an acronym with Dr. Gonzalez, who came up with a really interesting natural cure for cancer. And then just before he was going to publish really a groundbreaking article, the mainstream media said he committed suicide. He was one of about 45 to 50 alternative doctors in the last 5-6 years that are not with us any longer. And so the AMA, the American Medical Association, the FDA, and others are really trying to keep alternative medicine from the people so they can basically get people sick and then make money off cures that really don't work. And outside of that, I also covered products like MMS and how that product was basically put out of circulation by the same people. And I did have, during that time, talk to people who lived in Colombia and other countries who were still trying to get this message out to people in the West, Americans, Canadians, etc. And so I naturally gravitated to medical marijuana, hemp, and wanted to find ways that people could really find cures for diseases that, over my lifetime, I've seen just grow by leaps and bounds. Autism in kids, unreal. When I grew up, I never heard of that. And then the cancer rates, even, are just skyrocketing. So many people. And it's very obvious to me that you have to look for cures outside of what the traditional doctors are telling you. These kids that go to medical school now, they're not given these type of courses. And, there are certain doctors who can't live with themselves anymore and have to gravitate to these natural cures that have been known to man for thousands of years. So when medical marijuana came to the forefront in the United States, I started looking at this. And, boy, all of a sudden, in the last 3 or 4 years, this has really skyrocketed into a great business for people to get involved with, and also help to cure certain diseases in people that, of course, you're going to hear them say, well, we can't prove that. The FDA says we haven't run tests on that. But at the same time, they say that it's okay to use chemotherapy when chemotherapy kills good cells. So basically what they're doing is they're trying to provide all, bad food, bad water, bad everything, so that you get sick, and then when you get sick, they give you cures to get you sicker. And they charge you millions of dollars to do it. So for the last 15 years, myself and my radio show has featured radio shows on alternative medicine to help cure cancer, like I said, and many other diseases and afflictions. And I like to take time out from talking about what I call the Vatican-led New World Order, because this is part of what they do. Yes, this is part of what they do. We now represent, in this show, I represent 2 medical cannabis and hemp companies, and are offering you, the listeners, and anybody who comes to my websites, the opportunity to try these products to improve your health. And please give it a try. I mean, they're natural. They're not addictive. You're not going to get high because, the technical way to say it is that the THC, that element, that psychotropic element, is taken out. And it's basically for medicinal purposes. And also, you may want to come aboard on these companies. With these companies, I've got involved with 2 of them so far. And there's a 3rd on the horizon. Because I want to offer a wide range of these products, because they offer things in anti-aging. They offer a lot of different things, even for your pets. And that's really a sad story for me, because I lost 2 of my good friends, cancer victims, pets. And it's amazing when you start looking into this, how many dogs and cats have been afflicted with cancer over the years. It's just, when I grew up, I didn't hear any of that. But I got involved with a dog cancer group, and it was amazing to me how many dogs are coming down with serious forms of cancer. And it has to do with the polluting of our society, with the polluting of our water, of our food, etc. Even the chemtrails we talk about. Just start looking into those stories. And so I like to take time out from doing those types of stories to provide some really, positive things, maybe to help you. Now, as well as, buying these products, which could really cause some really health benefits for you. You can earn a healthy income if you want to work at home and help people. And by God, there's a lot of people now. And gray hair is okay. If you have gray hair, you can help out too. And you can work from home and do something good for people. Get involved. Learn about the products. Learn about what's going on. I can also help you with the legality. It's legal, and I can help you. I have a law degree, and I can help you understand and just part and parcel out what's going on. So let me explain it to you real quick, and then we'll get into how you can get involved. I got some videos I want to play for you today of people who, testimonials of certain people who say that, one, helped with his Parkinson's disease. The second, a child who was having seizures constantly after he was put on regimens of medication, tried hemp oil, and listened to what his father says about it. So let's talk about hemp and medical marijuana. Now, in the 50 states, there's only 2 that aren't aboard, and they're pretty conservative states. Idaho, come on, get in. I live there. Get involved here. Who are these representatives of Idaho? I know some of them too. I remember when before the internet, I started a small newspaper in Idaho, in a town that you could a one-horse town, and I was greeted within a week by the Republican congressman who came into my office. It's a small state. Come on, you congressmen. Help your people out. There's nothing wrong with these products. People have been using them for thousands of years. So get on board. People don't understand what it is, really. You say the word marijuana, you say the word hemp, they think you're a druggie, and it's not the case. There is an element. There's 50 states now, right? That's we haven't had any new ones lately, have we? But anyway, about half allow medical marijuana, and you can actually take it with the THC and get high if you want. California's a state like that. About half the states say no. You can only take the hemp. Well, hemp is legal anywhere, okay, because it's technically not cannabis. It's different than marijuana, and marijuana is the word I'm using here. But anyway, so when we talk about hemp, it's completely different, but the legality of it gets confused sometimes, and certain conservative people want to lump hemp with marijuana. It's not that way. And tell me, I'm using a little bit of my legal experience here to tell you that is the case. People that don't want, these lawyers that make thousands of dollars working for the FDA or whatever, they'll do anything. They'll lie to you. They'll say, oh, yeah, hemp is marijuana. It isn't. And there are so many derivatives of it, they have no idea either. All they're going to do is try to keep it from you so that you get sick, and then you're forced to go to these doctors who are going to rip apart your body and kill you in the end. You know, I had a friend, my good friend from Chicago, his sister Kathy, came down with breast cancer, and she was in her 50s, or early 50s. And he told me point blank that once she got on chemo, it killed her faster than the cancer. So, getting back to what I was talking about, the legality of it. So half the states saying, well, you can have medical marijuana, what have you, but you have to take out the THC, okay, which is the psychotropic element to it. Okay. Then you go to, let's talk to our friends across the border in Mexico 1 year ago that was legalized here in Mexico, across the border, right across from Chula Vista. And Mexico's now getting on the bandwagon of medical marijuana. And they allow it as well, you know, just like the half the states allow medical marijuana with no THC. So you can legally sell that with no THC in Mexico as well. Good for them. And we'll see what happens in that country. But here's the deal, man. And if you speak Spanish, contact me. You know, I got a Google Translate app, so you can talk to me in Spanish as well. And there's a lot of Spanish people that want to, and even in America, I mean, where I live in Chula Vista, everybody speaks Spanish anyway. So get on board. So here we go. So that's a little bit of the legality of it. But look, if you want to try to help yourself, that's what this show's all about. To get involved with this company, I'm involved with it in both ways, buying some products, using them to help myself and friends who want to get involved. Talk to your friends, people that have ailments. Give it a shot. I mean, what do you got to lose? It's not addictive. It's not bad for you. It's all organic stuff. No GMOs, etc., etc. I looked into that with these companies. So this first company I'm going to talk about, which is called CTFO, we'll just use that, CTFO. And my website is CBD Healthy Living Products, and there's a little bit of my CTFO CBD at the end. So just look on my website, and I'll give it to you in the show as well. And you can read all about it. Now, there's a second company, and I'll talk about them in a minute. Now, this company provides a wide range of products, even products for your pets, products for health, products for a number of different things, beauty products, all made with hemp. Now, many people don't know that you can make over 2,500 different products with hemp. I'll get to that in a second. And it's a fascinating study once you start looking into this. And to get involved with this company, of course, you got to buy the products, and they're reasonably priced. And there are no upfront fees, though, whatsoever if you want to get involved with the company and sell the products, help other people. Don't just think of yourself. You can make you can make some money, help in, living healthier, and then help others to get on board and to do the same thing. Because, a lot of people don't want to be, look at, you live in the city, you live in New York, you live in Los Angeles, you live in Chicago. You want to spend half your life on the highways now? I'm telling you, I remember years ago before the internet, I had to drive those LA freeways, and they were bad then. Now fast forward 25 years, you might as well just put a bed in your refrigerator and everything in your car and just live there. So you can work from home here. You can really help yourself. And you have more time for your family, more time for your pets, more time for everything, more time, for yourself, as well as helping others in products that really do work. Okay, so you can get involved. You can go to this website, cbdhealthylivingproducts.myctfocbd.com. That's my website. You can go there, get involved, buy the products. If you want to call me, email me. It's gregbeacon@gmail.com. You know where to get in touch with me. I'm on my radio show every day. And The second company, well, I'll get to a little bit later in the second half of the show. It's a really good company, but they only offer like 5 really excellent products for your health. They don't get into the pets yet or the anti-aging and a lot of these creams and other things that are made out of hemp. But these 5 products, these hemp oils, are really done well. And I want to get to that later because I'm in the process of building the website for my website with them. And I'll get to that in the weeks to come. But let me give you a few interesting facts. Before I play a couple videos, then we talk about these things. Here's some interesting facts about hemp. And please, there's 3 videos I'm putting up on my website at greganthonysjournal.wordpress.com. And you can, please watch it. They're only like 3 or 4 minutes long. Now, what's the history of hemp for you people that don't know? And I didn't know either. I mean, it's something that you have to really look into. Hemp has a very vast history, and it can't go unnoticed if you really want to pay attention and look into it. And I'm excited to be at the forefront of what I believe is one of the most valuable commodities known to mankind, and now we're beginning to sell it, and the market is just going to explode. Trust me, and you can get into it at the ground levels here. And every major civilization in the history of mankind has recognized hemp as the number 1 on its list of important plants. The ancient Chinese, Indians, Egyptians, Assyrians, Persians, Greeks, and Romans all revered hemp as an incomparable source of food and medicine. Now modern science, better late than never, right, is validating what the ancients all knew and uncovering exciting new discoveries about hemp. Let me give you some history facts, okay? Let's have some fun here. Did you know the first American flag was made from hemp? So all you patriots out there, all you conservatives out there who are going, I don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. It's not smoking marijuana and getting high. It is medical marijuana or hemp. Hemp is legal without the THC. So all you, country folk out there singing that, I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee. That's not what I'm talking about. First American flag was made from hemp. Did you know your founding fathers, George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, both grew hemp? Ben Franklin made hemp paper when he published his newspapers. The Declaration of Independence was drafted on hemp. Hemp was used as rope for ships, and it was a required crop in the American colonies. You had to grow it. Now, you got these crazy people out there who don't understand it wanting to arrest you to do it. Come on. Hemp has been grown for the last 12,000 years. Now, those Christians who believe that the earth has only been here for 5,000 years, I'll say it's been here for 5,000 years. Now, hemp was used as money in the 1800s. Not growing hemp in America during that period of time was grounds for jail if you didn't grow it. Now, over 25,000, I said 2,500, I misspoke. There's over 25,000 products known to man that can be made from hemp. Now, don't you want to get involved with the aspect of health, possible health, and listen to what, trust me, I can't come out and say this is going to cure what's bothering you, but I can say, go look at what people have tried in the past that are up against the wall when it comes to serious illness, when it comes to pain they can't live with anymore. And let me tell you something, when you have pain you can't live with anymore, you'll go to any extreme to find a cure. And if you have friends that you're crying over, that aren't feeling well, you go to their house and they don't want to do anything, they're lethargic, they don't seem like they have that lust for life in their eyes. You can see it, you can tell. They're beaten down, they're pain, something is bothering them, and most of the times it's some physical ailment. They're hiding from you, or they come out and tell you, I cannot find a cure for this. Give it a try. What's wrong with that? Now, did you know that the Forbes magazine is a mainstream, conservative magazine, has stated that CBD we're talking about and the HPD market. Okay. And this is CBD made, cannabis and hemp. The market, that's the acronyms used for these oils we're talking about, will become the next billion-dollar industry. Get involved with it. There's nothing wrong with making money. We're capitalists here, aren't we? Growing by more than 700% in just the next couple of years. The cannabis industry and medical cure possibilities is projected to be a $50 billion industry by 2026. What do you think of that? And you know what I want to do on the other side of this break? I've got 3 short videos I want to play for you. Now, you can go to my website and watch them. But why don't you listen to them on the show here? Because there are 3 videos regarding, one, a guy who talks about Parkinson's disease. Second one about a young boy who was having seizures daily. And then the third one is a good video on really what are we talking about here, the technical stuff that, you may want to know and understand so that when you talk to other people, you know what you're talking about. And please try this product. I mean, it's really better than wasting a lot of money on all of those Band-Aid cures that the FDA gives you when you go through the medical, the drugstores and stuff. And I know this for a fact. In fact, I didn't use medical marijuana or hemp during a time about 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was 4 or 5, maybe a little longer, when I had a serious stomach problem. And I know I've related to my people on the radio show years ago and told you to go to, if you have this similar problem, to try these natural cure that worked for me. And even to this day, I feel so much better. I'll have occasional bouts of it. But, I am going to go, I in fact am buying products right now because one of my problems has always been I've had kind of a queasy stomach sometimes, You know how it goes. The older you get, you got to watch what you eat. But I always had it when I was young, nervous stomach, etc., etc. So I'm getting this product immediately. It's in the mail, by the way. And, going to use it for myself, and I'll report on how it works. But imagine if I'd had that back then, it would have helped me even more. But I went on a regimen of natural stuff that was unbelievable. In fact, I'm going to whet your appetite here. No pun intended. I didn't eat for 17 days, and it didn't kill me. Did you believe that? I looked pretty good after that, too. I might add. But let me tell you about that natural cure. That's why, and I reported it on my show. That's why I said I've been doing this on and off for the last 15 years, trying to help you, finding these great cures. Dr. Gonzalez, who paid with his life for this, and GMAC for cancer, MMS, another product we were talking about, as well as this natural cure that I found for stomach ailments if you have this. And I'll talk about that first, and then we're going to watch those videos. So don't go away. Don't leave. And we'll be back in a few seconds here. I got about 30 seconds, they were telling me. And that, to me, I look back on that, and it sold me on natural cures. No way was, I've had a friend who, her husband told me that she had the same problem I had, and the doctors wanted to rip out her esophagus or something. That's what they want to do. Take one body part at a time. By the time you're done, you're not going to have anything left. But anyway, we're going to come back in 3 minutes. Come back. I got those videos. I want to tell you about the days I didn't eat for 17 days. I don't think I could do that now. But anyway, back in 3 minutes on the Investigative Journal.
The program you are listening to is 100% sponsored by you, the listener, on this First Amendment Rights Media channel. You will notice that there are few commercials on this radio network. There's a good reason for that. Corporate advertising dollars come with strings that limit program content. So without your help, these programs cannot continue on internet. or our several affiliates. If you benefit by the educational law programs, we ask you to give. If you are admonished or nurtured by the Bible and ministry programs, we ask you to give. If some voice a cause that you are passionate about, we ask you to give. If you believe in any of these, we ask you to support them as you would a missionary on a continual basis, as if giving a tithe for missionary radio. These programs are not commercially viable and must be supported by those faithful to the cause of truth. Look for the button to sponsor your favorite programs at our listen and schedule pages on the internet. Then, when you subscribe, we will send you the last quarterly MP3 CD of that program immediately, and continue to do so with each new quarter. We will also give you unlimited archive access to all of our programs. We're asking you to give much less than a tithe, so that you may also send support directly to a particular program host, cause, and anywhere else the Spirit may lead you. Do all to the glory of our God and Creator, for His holy nation, the only kingdom that will last forever. Thank you for listening.
Visit crosstheborder.org, C-R-O-S-S, crosstheborder.org, to get your print, EPUB, or PDF version of Nicholas Arthur's new book titled When the Third Temple is Built. That's crosstheborder.org. When it comes to prophecy today, much of the evangelical Christian world has their eyes on Israel, waiting and watching to see when the third temple will begin to be built. The plans are drawn. The Jewish people are eager. Most evangelical Christians today believe that the rapture will happen before the third temple is built. Hi, I'm Michael Eugene. I was taught that Daniel's 70th week was in the future. Is that really what the Bible teaches? Have we searched the Scriptures and found this to be true? Why is it so important for a re-established Israel to build a third temple in Jerusalem? Is it necessary to build a temple on the same location already occupied by the Dome of the Rock? Is it necessary for sacrifices to take place in the temple on Temple Mount? Is there really a rapture followed by 7 years of tribulation? What is the New Testament temple? Can we identify history and prophecy? Who is the first beast in Revelation chapter 13? Who are the 7 kings in Revelation 17? I have asked all these questions, and I have found Nicholas Arthur's new book, When the Third Temple is Built, answers all these questions and more using Scripture to interpret Scripture. The Bible says that no prophecy of Scripture is of any private interpretation. Nicholas shows us in his new book, When the Third Temple is Built, how the Bible interprets prophecy and not man's private interpretation. Visit crosstheborder.org, C-R-O-S-S, crosstheborder.org, to get your print, EPUB, or PDF version of Nicholas Arthur's new book titled When the Third Temple is Built. That's crosstheborder.org.
The following program is labeled dangerous and off limits by the supreme Jesuit command. But stand tall, people. Listen up, and you may just learn something.
Oh, dear Lord Jesus, this ain't happening, man. This can't be happening, man. This isn't happening.
Okay, we're back for the second half hour of the Investigative Journal on this February 20th, 2018 day on our calendar. And we're spending the whole show, I'm spending it trying to really help people and in certain ways with these natural cures we're talking about and hemp products, as well as giving you some videos I want to play now. There's several short videos, testimonials regarding how these products I've been talking about in the first half hour work. And I wanted to share them with you. Then we'll get to some of those personal stories. Remember, I told you that I really got involved in natural cures when I had a stomach ailment myself. And like I said, over the years I've been presenting shows like this regarding cancer cures, alternative cures, because you're really... boy, I've seen an explosion of these diseases and afflictions over the years. So this first video, this is a short one, and I'm going to play it for you right now. is about a guy who had Parkinson's. It's part 3 of a 3-part video, so you can probably get it online. But why don't we listen to this first part, and or the last part, and see what he has to say. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Larry. How are you? Come in. Come in. Let's see. How you feeling? It's been a rough week. Really. And the best way to take it is put it under your tongue and rub it in your cheek.
Now he's talking about hemp oil.
Don't do too much. You're going to be asleep all afternoon. You know what you should do? No, don't try to communicate. Just relax. See what happens.
We know from animal experiments that the endogenous cannabinoid system is very important in regulating motor activity, that very type of activity that is impaired in Parkinson's disease. From animal experiments, we also know that boosting certain branches of the endocannabinoid system is helpful in relieving symptoms of Parkinson's. Finally, from anecdotal information, we know that certain patients who smoke marijuana experience relief of their symptoms.
I think you're calmed down. So quickly. Isn't that amazing?
He used just a single drop, and his hands afterwards were rock steady, and the dyskinesia left.
It was coming back. It works most of the time. In fact, it's... Did you guys eat lunch? Are you hungry now? 20 a.m. Actually,
A person like me could really use marijuana. Makes me pretty angry that I can't get out of my home state.
The number one frustration that I have is knowing that there is this untapped potential that comes from what marijuana is teaching us to generate new medicines, and being stuck because of financial issues or political issues. That is extremely frustrating.
We now know that medical marijuana controls dyskinesia, and yet it's not available to us.
Okay, there you have it. Just one short little 2-minute video. And what you're seeing here is that if we can make it available, which is legal all over the place, why not give it a try and help yourself? And I wanted to play that really short video. And I also ask you, go to the web, and you can find many other testimonials regarding this. And let me this one really touched me, this second one that I want to play for you. And this dad gives his sick son a CBDHPD extract. After trying most everything, this kid was going through seizures after seizures. I mean, it's so sad to watch this happen. And then he was put on all of these drugs that I think made him sicker. But let's listen to what this dad has to say about using CBD and HPD.
Jaden's 7 years old now. Jaden was born perfectly healthy. At 4 months old, Jaden had his first seizure. It was just downhill road for the next few years. She's having 500 twitching myoclonic seizures a day. He'd have grand mal for hour and a half. I remember he was crying from 1 o'clock at night to 9 in the morning, screaming, crying in pain. He was seeing things. He was hallucinating from the medications. At 4.5, Jaden was taking 22 pills a day. He was at 25,000 pills he had taken by the time he was 5 years old. Jaden had tried 12 different medications. We had 40 ambulances because we were fighting with the insurance companies all the time. We lost our house, we lost our cars, we lost our business, we lost our family. I went to UCSF. I said, look, I don't think Jaden's going to make it another week. What do you suggest? They're all, I don't know. You mean, I would try anything. I go, what do you think about medical marijuana? They're all, well, like we said, you think we're at a life and death situation, you should try anything. So I said, all right. I went and picked up something I saw in a dispensary and came home. I gave it to Jaden. After 4.5 years of having myoclonic seizures, 500 a day, and twitching and head drops and seizing, the first day I gave it to him was, thank God, 1 million times. It was the first day he's ever went seizure-free in his life. Then after that, second day, third day, fourth day, the seizures were down dramatically. I could see his eyes lighting up. It was summertime. It was June 1st, the first day I gave it to him, 2011. He started swimming. Jaden's never been able to swim before. This sudden temperature change of water would give him a seizure. Boom, I put him in the front yard, and my neighbor's like, oh my gosh, we've never seen him in the front yard. They were so excited. They were cheering him on. I started weaning him off the medications. After 1 month, I was on the CBD. Every time I took him off, he would suffer for 2 weeks, and boom, he'd become more human. Then take off another pill, suffer for 2 weeks, boom, become more human. Jaden started chewing. Jaden was only eating Gerber food all the way until he was 5 years old. He started chewing. With taking 25,000 pills, it really wears on your body and brain, so it's kind of recovering more from the medications than from the epilepsy. And we decided to wean off the hardest one, benzodiazepines. He was having tremors, nightmares, brain zaps. I've contacted 30 different benzo withdrawal clinics. They go, how old is the person that's coming on that you want to bring into our clinic? And I tell them, 7 years old. And they scream at the top of their lungs. Every single one vividly say the same exact thing. You have a 7-year-old on benzos? Because we have people here that are football players. We have people here that are big, tough guys that are dying, literally dying from benzos, and you have a 7-year-old on it? As a 7-year-old, my son's been addicted to it since he's 16 months old. So now we have to figure out a way to wean him off by ourselves because the benzo detox clinics are not willing to take in a 7-year-old. Since we've been using the CBD, he's been doing amazing. It has under 1% THC, so it doesn't give you that euphoria. Second thing is it's abstracted, it's organic, we know the dosaging, the milligrams. We're in the forefront of something huge. It's either you're going to give up and just let your child be a vegetable and die, or you're going to sit there and fight. I still haven't met Jaden yet. I know Jaden in 22 pills, but I'm down to Jaden in 2 pills. That's who I know right now. I don't know Jaden, but on medication. Christmas before Jaden was born, that was my Christmas gift, was that Jaden was going to be born. My ex-wife had to give me a box, and I opened it, and I remember... It's a hard one. I remember opening the box and seeing a pregnancy test and saying positive with 2 baby shoes and having so much expectation. You know, having so much expectation that, you're going to have your son. As a parent, you're expecting your child to play football, you're expecting your child to talk, you know. I mean, right now, my number one goal right now is to have my son say, I love you. I mean, people take that for granted. People take that for granted. Their kids could talk and say, I love you. That's all I want to hear my son say. But I mean, if I could hear him say that, I'll be more than happy. He said it one time on CNN, Hallelujah. He was really close, but I gotta hear it. I mean, if he says that, I've already conquered the world. Seeing your child suffer, there's nothing worse than that. There's no torture worse than that. Especially every day.
Now is not the time to send a message to our young people that marijuana is medicine. It is not. It is a dangerous, illegal drug.
Is it legitimate?
All right. You heard it right there. That was a... Wow, I have to talk about the end of that. That last statement you heard was our famous First Lady, Barbara Bush, telling the world that medical marijuana is bad for you. Who do you think she works for, folks? Did you just listen to that 5-minute video about a father who was trying to get his son back to life after he'd been put on he'd taken 2,500 pills by the time he was, 5 years old? And he was on just incredible amounts of pain every day. And he began to use the CBD, and it began to help. And he's still battling it because his son was on benzo, they called it, which is a very addictive drug given to him by doctors. to control seizures that made him into what his father was saying was a vegetable. So, I mean, you saw that, and you know as well as I do, if you know somebody with a really serious disease, you'll go to any extreme to help them. Now I wanted to play this, because it's a good little short video about the CBD oil benefits and the truth behind these benefits. Okay, so let me play this short video. May help you out. Okay, here we go. CBD hemp oil is made from high CBD grade, and it contains only trace amounts of THC, and making them non-psychotropic. CBD interacts with our natural occurring systems, but it doesn't cause a high. And for decades, medical professionals and the general public overlooked CBD because psychoactive cannabis was considered illegal. Now the medical potential of CBD has taken cannabis to new levels. Preclinical trials have found that cannabinoids show promise as an antioxidant, a neuroprotectant, antidepressant, analgesic. It also is hailed to be an antipsychotic and anti-tumoral agent. Cannabinoids are agonists. Cancer cells don't like them, folks. Called cannabinoid receptors. We're getting technical here. Cannabinoid receptors are found in the skin or the digestive tract. You can think of this as keys and cannabinoid receptors as locks. Together, these cell receptors make up a larger system. 4 primary purposes of the ECS: neuroprotection, stress recovery, immune balance, and homeostatic basis. CBD is able to interact with all these bad things because of the similarity with chemicals that human body produces naturally. At the beginning of the CBD movement, it came out to the world after it kept seizures at bay in many kids. Marijuana stops child seizures. Since then, CBD has been making headlines all over the world. Families have even begun to relocate to Denver to find medical cannabis when Denver was at the forefront of these. High CBD strains can be found at medical cannabis dispensaries in medical states, and many, even medical doctors, are coming to understand the benefits. It can help irritable bowel syndrome, something I know about. Should more trials of CBD show positive results, the cannabinoid may prove to be a powerful therapeutic tool. There's still much to learn, though, folks. Some studies of rodents suggest that CBD may also work on other diseases known as fatty acids and other things. I want you to go to this video. It's kind of technical, and I'm trying to get through it quickly here. And here are 3 major conditions helped by CBD. Epileptic disorders, schizophrenia and psychotic disorders, anxiety. Is CBD legal? Remember I mentioned that in the first part. CBD was recently declared as medicine by the National Health Association. Here are the main proven factors that help you. Relieves pain and inflammation. Has antipsychotic effects. Reduces anxiety. Helps to fight cancer. Relieves nausea. May treat seizures and other neurological disorders. Lowers incidence of diabetes. Promotes cardiovascular health. CBD may help with insomnia. CBD may play a role in psoriasis. Find out more about the CBD health benefits by going where? You can come right here to the Investigative Journal and learn all about it. And I hope I didn't play the music too loud. I don't have a producer here to help me with that. So try to listen up. Go to my website at greganthonysjournal.wordpress.com, and you can get these videos and watch them. And there's many, many more out there. But like I said, remember what I said in the first, why don't we go over this in the first part of the show? And I want to use that little clip by Barbara Bush when she was trying to tell people, do not believe in medical hemp or marijuana. It's bad for you. You know, people like that really upset me. And I mean, it comes from the highest position in our government, right? Did she understand a little bit about the history of hemp? Did she realize these facts? Maybe you ought to tell her the first American flag was made from hemp. And maybe you ought to tell her all the people back when the country was formed were using hemp as a medical cure for many things. And they were probably a lot healthier than we are. Because their government back then at least wasn't polluting the food and the water and the air like we're doing today. But the history of hemp has a vast history that can go unnoticed. And I want to repeat this so that people can understand it. We are very excited, I am excited, to be at the forefront of what I believe to be a most valuable commodity to mankind. Every major civilization in history has recognized hemp as number one on its list of important plants. The ancient Chinese, Indians, Egyptians, Assyrians, Persians, Greeks, Romans, all, like I said, revered hemp as an incomparable source of food and medicine. Now modern science is validating what the ancients all knew and uncovering exciting new discoveries about hemp. Here's some historical facts that maybe Barbara Bush and all these people who are telling you it's bad don't know about. But the first American flag was made from hemp. George Washington and Thomas Jefferson both grew hemp. Ben Franklin made hemp paper. Yeah, he published his newspapers on hemp. The Declaration of Independence was drafted on hemp. Hemp was used for rope for ships. It was a required crop in the American colonies. Hemp has been grown for the last 12,000 years, and like I said, for you Christians who believe that the world's been here for 5,000 years, for 5,000 years. Hemp was used as money in the 1800s. Did you know that not growing hemp back then was grounds to go to jail? Now, some of these conservatives out there in Okey-Muskogee land want to jail you for growing it. Over 25,000 products. 25,000 products can be made from hemp, and I'm sure there's more now. And did you know, and Forbes magazine even stated this, and that's a very conservative money magazine, Forbes said that the CBDHPD market will become the next billion-dollar industry, growing more than 700% in just the next couple of years. Even my dogs out here agree with me. The cannabis industry is projected to be a $50 billion industry by 2026. Yes, by 2020. So, folks, I got about 5 minutes here. I'm spending this whole show trying to help you out in a couple of different ways. And like I said, for the last 15 years, I've been featuring radio shows on alternative medicine, in between shows that I do on what I call the Vatican-led New World Order. And I represent these two medical cannabis and hemp companies, and they offer great products as well as a chance to earn some income if you want to sell these products. So, like I said, go to my website at cbdhealthylivingproducts.myctfocbd.com. That's a mouthful. But go to my website at greganthonysjournal.wordpress.com, and you can get that website. Click on it. You can buy the products there. That'll help keep this show on the air, as well as join up and try to make some money yourself, and while helping people. That's the good part about it. And, there's a lot of these online companies. But, isn't it better to really believe in something and then alert people about it? And I really think these products are worth looking into for you, and they may help you and your family. And boy, if we just get more people involved in this, one person talking to another and another, boy, we could really look at what happened to that father. I just played a short little video when he was going through hell trying to help his son, his 7-year-old son. So maybe there's thousands and millions of other stories out there just like this. So I did want to say, so contact me on this website, or call me at or email me at gregbeacon@gmail.com. Go to my website where my show, The Investigative Journal, is, and you can contact me there and get involved in this product. Also, there's a second company that provides only 5 products, but they're all health related. They're hemp oils, and they're very good. And I'll be talking about that company in the weeks to come. I'm putting together a site with them, and so you get a choice. And I'm also looking into a third company, so we can have a well-rounded group of products to select from. Okay? So let me check the time because I do not want to run over. I got about a minute and a half. You know, yesterday, or you can go to my website, there's one other thing I wanted to mention to you. Please read up about all of this stuff. Okay? Look into it yourself. And if you know somebody with a serious physical problem, or even, a problem that may help you sleep better, or things are, the anxiety in your life, we live in a fast-paced society, can help you with that. Why not give it a try? And you can also look into the things that, the legalities of it, which sometimes people get frightened about this because of that propaganda spread by the mainstream media. So trust me that CBDHPD is legal without the THC element in all but 2 states in America as well as Mexico. And in half the states you can add the THC. But I'm talking about strictly for medicinal purposes. And don't listen to all these people on the mainstream who, in fact, they're not even advertising this stuff. So we got to do it on the alternative market and do it by word of mouth as well. So you can get a lot of this information from your Facebook friends. Send it to them on Facebook, on the social media. And let's spread the word that way. Come back periodically. I'll be doing shows on this. Go to my website. Thanks for listening. And see you tomorrow on The Investigative Journal here on FirstAmendmentRadio.net.
The book of Revelation says, "The spirit of prophecy is the testimony of Jesus Christ." This is at the very heart of FirstAmendmentRadio.com. In that spirit, we have created the Prophecy Reality News app for all of your mobile devices, streaming First Amendment Radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Available for your Apple, Android device, and smartphone, absolutely free. Get the Prophecy Reality News app installed today so you can listen to First Amendment Radio wherever you are. The Prophecy.
Since the beginning of time, kings have sought it, nations have fought for it. It has been traded. It has been borrowed. It has been purchased. It has been stolen. There's a reason for it. To secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and to our posterity. Invest with the security of gold and silver. Call Discount Gold and Silver Trading at 1-800-375-4188 or visit discountgoldandsilvertrading.net. Listen to Financial Survival with your host Melody Cedarstrom right here on FirstAmendmentRadio.com at 4 p.m. Eastern or 1 p.m. Pacific Time. Visit discountgoldandsilvertrading.net or call Discount Gold and Silver Trading at 1-800-375-4188. Toll free 1-800-375-4188.